Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Luma 5-light pendant. This is the 13-1121. I happen to have the glass right here, and it's really beautiful, so let's check it out. So if you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they source their glass from the best glass makers all over the world, including the United States. This is one big hunk of crystal. Look how thick that is. It's incredibly thick, very substantial. No, I'm not kidding around. And you can see there's a hole in the middle that's going to let your socket go through, but the end of this is really thick, like I can show you down here. Really amazingly beautiful facets. Can't tell you, how good it really is. You really need to see it in person. If you ever get a chance to come to our showroom, we have quite a few of these running around. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. 11.5 inches high, diameter is 14.5, and the overall height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling, is going to give you two options. You'll notice there's a pull-down menu. It's going to say choose your length. So that's going to be measured from the very bottom of the fixture to the ceiling. The shortest it can be is 16 inches. On one, it'll go to 80 inches. The other length that you're going to be able to choose is going to be 16 to 130. If you need this to be longer than 130, let's say you need 200 inches overall height, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 13-1121. Tell me what you need. Tell me if it's going to be used on a slope ceiling or not. And I will take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It will come back with an answer. Adds a little time and money, but we do customs every day. It's not a big deal. Don't be afraid to ask. This is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees automatically. Gravity is going to let it bend without a problem. Let's get into the size of that canopy and what the canopy is all about. So it's going to be using a 12.3 inch round canopy. It's about that thick. It's holding a transformer because it's going to be transforming your line voltage into low voltage. This is going to be low voltage LED pendant only, and that's going to be transferring that so it safely goes through those cables. That canopy is going to have a couple things going on with it, and I want to show you more information, including like what it looks like inside. And how we do that is we look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen midway down. You're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how to put it together, which is very simple. But the really cool thing, it's going to show you some detailed drawings of the inside of that canopy, how it's going to go over your 4-inch junction box, coming in at 32 pounds. So you can see how there's other places to attach it to the ceiling as well. A couple things on that as well as far as canopy goes. You're going to be noticing that what we call the can, and that's going to be the sides of it that touch the ceiling, that's always going to be in black. The faceplate, the bottom part that faces down, that's going to be part of the choose your finish in the pull down menu, so just remember that too. And then what else on this? Oh, those little grippers. So how you're going to be adjusting this is you'll notice that on that faceplate there are these little what are called grippers, and they have what's called a strain relief thing. So you basically are just pushing that little tab in, that little nipple in with your thumbnail, and you're going to be able to feed those cables in, and then when you let go of that, it basically locks it, grips it, just like it says, so they don't come down. So you can be able to adjust these during your installation to get them exactly staggered the way you want. And then when you're done, you're going to be clipping those wires up in the canopy. Don't do that until you have these exactly how you want them. Very important. Like I said, the bottom of the faceplate is always going to be in the finish that you choose, but those little strain relief grippers are always going to be in a plated chrome, kind of like a nickel finish. So again, keep that in mind too. Let's talk about what's going inside as far as lamping goes. It's going to be using 5 G4 sockets, those little sockets, and G4 sockets take G4 bulbs. And remember I said this is going to be an LED only. Those little G4 bulbs, you're going to be maxing out at 4 watts in each of these, but don't forget you have 5 going on, so you can get quite a bit of light out. These 4-watt bulbs that you can get anywhere, you can get them on Amazon. That's probably the easiest place to get them. There's a couple other websites like 1001bulbs.com and justbulbs.com will have them too. So, but you would be looking for a G4 4-watt LED bulb, and up is going to pop up a lot of things to look at. A 4-watt is about the equivalent of a 40-watt incandescent, so kind of keep that in mind as well. But remember, you've got 5 of these, so that's a lot of light. Especially in certain circumstances you're going to have this, I would put it on a dimmer. You have to make sure the dimmer is going to be able to be used with an LED. I talk about the color of light coming out of these things all the time, so when you're looking at these online, you're going to notice that they're going to be offering you these bulbs in lots of different ways. They're going to offer them in 2700 Kelvin, which is going to be the color of light of the setting sun. They're going to be offering them in daylight. Daylight sounds warm, it's not warm. That's going to be a bluish white light, like an outdoor overcast day in the wintertime, okay? Or like a hospital waiting room light. So that's going to be that 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. You're going to notice they're offering you too. In the middle of all that, they also are going to be offering you what's called warm white, and that's going to be 3,000 Kelvin. That's what we like to use in our showroom because it mimics the light of an incandescent bulb. Light coming down on me right now on this desk, this is 3,000 Kelvin coming out of these LEDs, so we like that a lot. So I would probably, depending on your circumstances, I doubt most of you are going to be going for daylight. That's a very bluish white light. Some of you might go for that setting sun because it's really pretty. That's going to be your 2700 Kelvin. A lot of you are going to go for warm white, that's 3,000 Kelvin. And again, I would make sure that you buy, when you look at these and you're going to buy them, make sure it does say dimmable on that box. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I'll walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.